You know what's funny? I've made two videos on Stellaris and none of them have been positive. So let's make a third one, eh? Even though Stellaris is one of my favorite games of all time, this game is literally impossible to recommend to somebody. So we're going to go over four things that I found while playing that make this game literally impossible to recommend to somebody. Let's get started. Alright, let's just rip the band-aid off now. DLCs. DLCs in Stellaris are it's literally impossible to recommend somebody because of the DLCs. And the DLCs add so much to Stellaris, which is also the main issue with the DLCs and Stellaris, because I can't recommend this game to somebody if they don't have the DLCs. Because if they don't have the DLCs, they're missing out on so much when it comes to the game. They can't use robotics without the DLC. They can't use a lot of origins. I think without the DLCs, you're probably limited to like 3 or 4 origins. You can't a lot of the species traits, a lot of the other species. You can't do a lot of gaming like World Cracker. You can't do freaking can't be Crisis. A lot of the origins are locked away. There's so much stuff that's just paywalled behind the DLC that Paradox is just like Paradox does. I will give that. I will give them that. Paradox gives their DLCs a lot of like uh, what's it called sales. Like the DLCs legit come on sale a lot when it comes to it. But at the same time, it's like 30 to 40. It's $30. You got $30 probably for an expansion pack, like 15, 20 for like a species pack. That shit adds up. And speaking from just console, because I play the console, there's like at least probably right now there's probably like at least 20 summer DLCs. Like, hold on, let's count it. Let's count it. Actually, let me pull this up. Let me count it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 DLCs. Paradox, what the hell are you doing? How do you expect me to recommend your game to somebody if they have to drop $200 just to play it? And I get it. They can do multiplayer and use the DLCs that I have. But what about when they're by themselves? That's usually when people actually get into the game where if they're playing by themselves. That's how you know they're into the game. And they can't experience the full thing of the game. Let's say they make a full new empire because they have my DLC, so they're able to make that empire. And then when they play by themselves, they can't use that empire anymore because they don't have my DLCs. They can't play as the empire by themselves. Like how am I supposed to recommend this game to somebody if I sat there to say, oh yeah, you probably need to buy at least $150 worth of DLC, because some of these DLCs you're probably not worried about buying, but a lot of them you're probably gonna need to buy. It's so bad to recommend it because oh yeah, you have to drop $40 on the game plus the $200 in DLC. It's like that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Oh my goodness, we need to find some way to get this DLC price down. My God. Anyways, let's get to the next topic. So we all know that Paradox games are by nature pretty hard to learn and really hard to master. So with that being said, why is the tutorial so ass at explaining the game mechanics and how to play these games, especially when it comes to Stellaris? I don't know how it is on the PC version, but the console edition tutorial is utterly atrocious. This shit is so hot garbage and so hot ass. Like it will like it. I guess to give credit where credit is due, it gives the game like it shows you the basics. It shows you, hey, move your ship to this system. Hey, pull up your menu when it comes to your planet. Hey, this is this like this, and like and how the AI or whatever the robot whatever he explains it. He reads one paragraph. You got to read the rest mainly, and plus it doesn't really tell you what these things do. It just says, oh this is this, oh this is this, or like you like this is a count. Like I remember when I pull up the console screen, it said this is the console screen. This is where all the inner workings of our empire is. Like okay, but like what do all these buttons do? What is the agenda screen? What is this? Like, what is that? How do I how do I level up my leaders because it doesn't really tell you that. The Stellaris, from what it was beforehand, I will say from what it was beforehand when Stellaris first came out on console and the tutorial now, it is a whole lot better, but it is still hot garbage when it comes to actually explaining the game. I guess it does give out somewhat of the basics on how to like at least move around in the Empire and move around with the screens and whatnot, but it does not tell you how to like what's a galactic market, what is a Galcom, how to work the Galcom, what do you like, what is plus 40 resource special pop like specialty pop resource increase, like what does that actually do, what is worker pop increase? It doesn't really tell you all that. A lot of the other stuff you know is bad when the best tutorial you can have, the best advice you can give to somebody is like, hey, do homework and go watch a YouTube video on how to play the game. Because the game will not tell you how to play the game. You gotta watch somebody tell you how to play the game to play the game. I had to legit give my one of my friends, send him at least 2 or 3 videos for him to even somewhat even know how to play Stellaris. Even then, he's like, yeah, this is too much. It's so like, oh, the tutorial is so bad, Paradox. It is so bad. And I don't like. I don't. There's what like. There's a Civ has a better tutorial. So like Total War games, I feel like have a way better tutorial than Stellaris. I don't know what the deal is. I can't even give you credit where like they can't really give you leeway because like a lot of these other games have a lot better tutorial than you. It does not tell you shit. You know it's bad when I have to legit find YouTube videos to figure out how to play your game. Please help us. I'm trying to recommend your game to other people. Alright, we got 2 more things to talk about. Now, these next two kind of coincide with each other, but they're also separate. So for one, Stellaris has so many fucking resources. It does, but it doesn't. It has so many resources when you don't know how to play the game, but when you know how to play the game, it's really not that a lot. It's really not a lot. But when you don't know how to play the game, you have alloys, you have unity, you have energy credits, minerals, food, consumer goods. You have influence. You also have the strategic resources like motes, crystals, gases, zero, living metal, um, dark matter. Then if you play the new DLCs, you got the advanced logic. Like there's like, and that's just me for top of my fucking head trying to remember. Like there's like that's how many resources. If you don't know how to play the game, you're like, damn, I gotta manage all that. Yeah, you do. Not really the advanced logic unless you pick that crisis. But if you don't pick that crisis, you gotta worry about all that. You gotta worry about all that. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. I think nanites. I think that's a strategic resource you can that pops up as well. You can get. And I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anything else. There might be more when it comes like the PC version, but at least for the console, I think that's all. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some more stuff, little stuff. Um, but yeah, you gotta manage all that, and for the average person trying to get into the game, that's a lot more than they can handle. I mean, of course, us playing like okay, just focus on the big four, big three, which is energy credits, minerals, and food. Just focus on that. I also forgot alloys. I think I forgot alloys. I'm not sure if I picked alloys, but yeah, you got that. And if you want to call pops a resource, you got to deal with pops. So like, there's so much stuff in the game that makes the game great as it is, but that's me saying as a veteran player. But I remember when I first started playing this game, it didn't even have alloys when I first started playing Stellaris. When I first started playing Stellaris, it was energy credits, influence, minerals, food, and consumer goods. I don't even think Unity was a thing when I first started playing Stellaris in the console edition. So, and even then, I was like, damn, this is a lot of stuff to micromanage. And with that, is even more now. So I can only imagine what the a new player, if I recommend this to a new player, how they would think. And then they're gonna ask me how to like, hey, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? And then it's gonna get to the point where I said the last part. It's like, hey, bro, you might just want to watch the YouTube video because I can't keep answering all the. I'll try to, but a lot of stuff I'm still learning Stellaris, and I have hella hours in Stellaris, and I'm still learning new stuff about Stellaris that I didn't even know. So, um, that being said, just like I'm not saying cut down on research because with all the stuff that makes Stellaris, but the resource is I feel like is a big thing to why a lot of people might just feel overwhelmed when it comes to Stellaris. And speaking about overwhelmed, let's head to the last and final topic that I want to talk about with you guys, which also coincides with all the resource stuff. But Stellaris has so many tabs to micromanage and go through. You got tabs in the tabs. Like you press the your government screen, you got the council. I just remember on top of my head, you got the council, you got the edict screen, you got the tradition screen. Then if you want to pick the ship build, you got the shipbuilding part. Then if you're zoomed out, you're not on any screen. You got like your on the left hand side, you got your planets with all your with all your other tabs like your planets, your ships, your science ships, construction ships, your actual ships. Your sectors are all mapped out or all like chopped up. You got your megastructure screen, your observation post screens. You got all this stuff. That's you got the Galcom tab that has all the stuff in the Galcom. You got you got your Federations tab that has more tabs in there. You have um I can't. I'm trying to like. I know there's of course. I only list off a little bit. You got the Galactic Market screen where you got the Galactic Market where you can sell and trade goods, buy slaves, sell the slaves. You got other stuff with that as well. I think there's one more tab when it comes to that, and then you got and then on the top hand port we have the resources. Some of the resources opens up with the Galactic Market, and some of them you got is this tabs on top of tabs on top of tabs on top of tabs. So this game is very overwhelming for a new person to really hop into it. I guess you say, especially with the all if you have all the DLCs. If a person just bought the DLC, all the DLCs, they want to start with Stars with all the DLCs, they're going to be insanely overwhelmed with the game to a point to where it's like I just don't know what to do, and they might just say no, like fuck it, shut down, and just like not play the game, because like Civ 6 or Civ 7, I'm not sure what Civ they're on. Not as like Civ is complicated, especially a lot more than what it used to be. Still, I still don't compare it to Stellaris. I never played Crusader Kings, but I still don't think it is compared to Stellaris when it comes to like how much overwhelming it can be. Um, then you got the fucking. You also have goddamn system tabs. You have tabs for this each system. Now that I remember looking at it, so it's a very overwhelming game that takes a lot of patience, and a lot of people now, especially a lot of gamers now, they don't have really that much patience to deal with and play Stellaris like that. Which I understand. Stellaris is not for everybody. A lot of things, especially a big thing with Stellaris, is you gotta know how to role play. I feel like a lot of people, if you like one crux of Stellaris, the two cruxes of Stellaris, I feel like if you know you're gonna like Stellaris, is one, if you love space, you're gonna love Stellaris, and also if you just love role playing, you will love Stellaris. But a lot of you just, and also if you have a decent amount of patience, you're gonna love Stellaris because the more patient you are, the more and more you're gonna find out more about the game that's gonna make you fall in love with it. But a lot of people sadly just don't have that. And it's not like and not like how it is in like Civ and Total War games and all that shit where shit just happens quick. Stellaris is a lot more of a build up. A lot more of a build up. That is don't feel like a lot of people have patience for. Which is fine. Which is fine. I'll find a friend one day to play this game with. But with that being said, that's all I really want to talk about with you guys. Um, Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I love to hear you guys' thoughts of what you guys think would host Lars back when it comes to recommending it to new people. I love to hear what you guys think about that. Next thing would probably be a more positive version of Stellaris. This is my third video about kind of shitty old game that I fucking love. So third video, I'll definitely be a lot more positive. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Love you.